Topic two today. I heard that you and Brian Ralph did the five most underrated teams in college basketball last episode. So I'd like to be negative with you and come up with our five most overrated teams in college basketball.
Let's do it.
Stop pointing at me with the pen, man.
Let's do it.
You gotta stop. You strike me as a mechanical pencil type.
No, big Ticonderoga too.
You strike me as a guy who like gets really proud of his mechanical pencils and gets mad at people that use normal ones.
Okay. Is that what do you want to get into this?
Sure.
You really want to get into this,
Let's
huh?
do our five most overrated teams.
How many times when you were younger did you bite the eraser off your pencil?
Never.
Liar.
Never.
Liar. I'll text Connie right now.
I've never chewed an eraser. Never.
On it. You're crazy.
Never.
On it.
Okay. Five most overrated teams. How are we like beginning this initiative? How did you and Ralph do underrated?
So when we were talking underrated, I think we made the distinction that you had to be outside the preseason top 20 unless we did make some exceptions if you made a case for it, right? So like one of the teams was we think that Arizona is very underrated because they're not being talked about enough. So they made the list. Creighton made it. I think Ralph made a case for Oregon, who was outside the top 25. So outside the top 20, unless you want to make a case. So I guess the overrated would be inside the top 20, but you got to make a case.
So you and Ralph's rule was set, and then you just didn't follow it because all you had to do was make a case.
Well, I mean, you had to make a case.
Okay. All right. So our goal here is to find five teams that are overrated in the top 20.
My biggest one of the biggest things I love about this is that when you give me control of episodes and then you get surprised when things like that happen.
It's hard, man.
Would you let Murph drive your car?
Well, today I texted you and JK last night post golf league at a happy hour, like, hey fellas, I'm feeling good off the drinks. Could I get some help with topics for tomorrow or maybe shorts? And then you proceeded to never send a text back,
Yep.
and
There's
Jacob
a
sent back two episode topics 4 hours later,
there's a
while I
reason for
drunkenly came up with the list of
there's
shorts.
a reason for that.
Let's get on with the exercise.
There's a reason for that.
What's the reason?
I was a little salty. I was a little salty, man. I would have loved to be in Dev's spot last night. That deck looked nice.
It was a really nice night on the deck.
I know it was. It looked nice, crisp. Was there a breeze?
We ate BLTs.
Really?
I had four different types of drinks. They were
What kind of bread on the BLTs?
sourdough.
You son of a
It was really
bitch.
good. Five most overrated teams, Cart. Are we using ESPN's top 20?
Sure.
Who do you think's the most overrated team in college basketball for next season?
Ooh, most over. I mean, should we get the one that we always say out the way?
I forget who we always. Oh, St. John's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at CBS's way too early rankings have them number one, so by default, that's got to be.
Okay. And honestly, I'm about to use CBS. It's way too early here.
Yeah, I feel like there will be more teams overrated in CBS's rankings than ESPN's. So let's do that.
All right. So yeah, let's do St. John's as one.
This video is brought to you by NBA2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
Just kind of go. Honestly, for me, I believe this. I don't know if other people believe it. I don't see the top 15 hype with Iowa State.
Yeah,
They lost two of their best players and did not replace them and got stuffed in a locker for Oscar Clough. That's what their offseason has consisted of.
you're right. I think that's fair. I think I want to preface my contributions to this exercise by saying I don't really think there's too many teams that are obviously overrated. So if we're holding ourselves to like the in the top 20 standard, we're going to name teams I think are good that aren't that overrated.
Mhm.
So like St. John's is the one I will agree on. Iowa State, fine. They're probably like CBS has them 13th. I think they're more like 18th. So we can call them overrated for the sake of this endeavor. Are we going to acknowledge the fact that CBS has Michigan State 15th,
I was kind of gonna go there. I mean, that's overrated for what this roster is.
especially with the Caleb Glenn rumor?
Yeah,
Like there's just no world Michigan State enters the season ranked, I think, without Caleb Glenn.
I agree.
Okay. All right. So we have Iowa State, Michigan State, and St. John's. We're looking for two more in the top 20. Oregon is 16th here. I would listen to that argument. Auburn at 18 feels a little iffy to me.
Does Bama at 14 feel high?
Where that you're looking at different rankings again because they got Louisville 14 on CBS.
I'm looking at CBS. They got Louisville at 15 and Bama at 14.
Unless I'm looking at outdated rankings or vice versa, we're looking at two very different rankings.
Mine is as of June 2nd.
Oh, okay, so it moved around. Mine's as of May.
Yeah, the second one is June. They have North Carolina in there too.
Okay, then shit. There's a couple teams I would consider overrated.
I mean, are you going to make the case too for the one that you love to make?
I love the way we're making Kate like you love the make a case phrase today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Texas Tech is 7. Do you have anything to say about that?
No,
Not overrated?
seven's too high, but I don't think they're overrated. No.
Okay, too high, but not overrated. Okay, I see where you're.
Yeah, like that's in the ballpark that they deserve to be in.
If we have to pick other teams from the top 20, I still don't see it with Kansas being 18. Like, is it all just Darren Peterson and Flory? Because like Trey White, Jaden Dawson, Melvin Council just do not move me.
I think if Darren Peterson is who you believe he is, then they should be in the top 20. But if he's not going to be as good as everybody's saying, then yeah, this roster has issues. But
I wish I saw.
Flory Badunga is good too.
Yeah, I wish I saw this yesterday because Tennessee would have made my underrated list.
Yeah, yeah, they're too
22?
low with Jacoby Gillespie. Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so we like our first three, right? St. John's, Iowa State, Michigan State. Who do we want to do for the final two? You mentioned Alabama. You mentioned North Carolina. I threw out Auburn, I think. I don't know. I'll let you steer.
How many more do we have left?
Two.
I would go Bama and then I would go Auburn just because I'm starting to have, I don't know if it's like fatigue about it, but like, what if like Pettiford just doesn't just like as the guy just doesn't look like that?
I think he will.
I do too, but like devil's advocate. If I'm making a case as the devil's advocate,
Okay, we're gonna end the segment, man. What has gotten into you?